Oi, esse é mais um vídeo pro canal Cartas para uma Jovem Atriz. Eu sou Raíza Leão, eu sou atriz e hoje, mais uma vez, um convidado super, mega, hiper power especial, porque é um dos maiores coaches de atores do mundo, tá? Com vocês, Robert Castle. Roda aí, João. Primeiramente, muito obrigada por estar concedendo essa entrevista pra gente. Eu queria que você começasse falando um pouco da sua trajetória dentro da arte cênica. Qual é a sua formação? Como é que você entrou no mundo das artes?
I actually started with very physical theater, commedia dell'arte, pantomime. So I was doing a certain amount of that sort of theater and street theater, and I got interested in acting in more sort of regular theater and also film. So I'd heard from a friend the best place to do that was with the Lee Strasberg Institute, this thing called method acting. And of course I loved Marlon Brando and, you know, Paul Newman and actors like that. So I thought, oh, that sounds good. I didn't know anything about it, but I liked the idea. So I went there and it transformed my life. And I started to work on my senses. What I see, smell, hear. So instead of the idea being that most actors have, including me, going in, which is kind of look at me in the middle of the stage in the spotlight being brilliant or being funny or being whatever it is you want to be, I learned it wasn't about that at all. It's not really about you. It's not about me. It's about telling a story. It's about the world of the play or the film. It's about communicating something much more important than me. Once I understood that, I became extremely interested. And one thing I found out in life is if you're really interested in something, you will work very hard on it. And I was so interested, I became very obsessively working extremely hard on the technique, on the research, on everything. And I'm very glad I did, because I came to become a professional actor fairly early and started getting a lot of work in TV and films and theater in both New York and Los Angeles, and worked with some really amazing people. After Strasberg died, his main teacher under him was Peggy Fury, and I was lucky enough to be with her, and she moved to made her own studio, and I trained with her and then became her assistant director. And it was an amazing experience. I mean, I actually think she was even better than Strasberg. And that exchange, that working together, I discovered that you don't do it alone, you do it with the others, including set designers, lighting designers, costumers, music, the other actors, the director, everybody is working with and off of each other. It's not me alone being a diva and a star. It is whatever you do. If you look a certain way, I react to you. That we do it together, and this was an incredibly important thing. You know, I mainly teach and direct with the more Strasberg approach called the method or the actor studio technique. But there was another great coach named Sandy Meisner, and that was more his thing of what you do affects me, what I do affects you in the moment. It's not the same every time. It changes a bit depending on, like if you smile, it makes me smile, you see? I had an acting career in Hollywood, mainly also in New York, doing some theater. And I wanted to direct after a while. And I started directing theater in a small way in Los Angeles. And I started to really like that, because I felt like I knew how to work with actors by that time, and to start to understand how to work with them without telling them exactly what to do, but to inspire them to find it themselves. Instead of saying, move here, do that, now cry, now laugh, I'd like the director to say, what if this, what if that? What's your impulse to do? Oh, I want to stand on my head. Well, stand on your head, let's see what happens. You know, if the director really knows the world of the play or the film or whatever it is that director's vision takes them toward, if the actor can be creative within that and still be within the director's vision, that's really where the work gets wonderful. Too many directors are saying, do this, do that. They make the actor into a puppet. But it's the actor who's experiencing it, more than the director. The actor is the one experiencing it. You better listen, if you're a director, you better listen to your actors. You better give them some freedom. Because otherwise, you're not getting the real thing. You're getting some intellectual idea or design idea of what the thing should be. But you're not getting the truth. You are not getting the truth. And, does that answer the question of how I started?
Você pode falar um pouco de como é que funciona o seu curso? Um método que você usa com os atores? Você pode explicar um pouco pra gente?
We design the workshop, the 2-week workshop, and we also do some 3-week workshops, to be that the first week we do the traditional actor studio technique or Strasberg technique, which involves the use of sense memory. And the sense memory is what were the sensations of something, an event in your life. Not necessarily even an event, just something in your life, or the objects or things like that. The antique music box your grandmother gave you on your 8th birthday. If you touch that and smell the wood and feel the thing and play the little tune, it may bring you a lot of things, physically and emotionally. If you like sports and you pick up a ball, the ball you always use to play football or whatever it is, if that's your ball and you squeeze that ball, your whole body wants to go out and start playing. That's a sense memory. It's not that emotional, but it's very physical. You feel it in your body. That's a sense memory. That's why little kids, mom's always yelling at them, wait till you get out of the house before you play. They're knocking over the lamps and everything because they're having a sense memory from the last time they played. They want to play immediately. They don't want to wait till they're outside. It's in their body. That's how sense memory works. That's the first week of the workshop, and at the same time we're starting to work on scenes and monologues. More just reading them and then trying to find the place in the world of the play. Like, where am I? What time of day is it? What's what Stanislavski called the given circumstances? So that I'm not working for the big emotional moment yet. I'm just trying to say, where am I? What's going on? Who am I? What did I have for breakfast? Just real simple things. And then the second week, we continue and working on the scenes now more personally with another actor and finding relationship, finding things that surprise us. We don't decide how to say a line, never, 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 because you don't do that in life, or very rarely. All of this thing, what is it like to be alive in the moment, a real person who does not know what's going to happen next? And that's a big thing, not to anticipate. So that's part of the second week of work. Plus continuing with the sense memory, but finding the sense memory from the character's life and creating the background of the character, not with biography, but with experience. So we have exercises to accumulate the actual experience of the character. So you start to put sort of the soul of the character inside you. You start to grow that like it was a plant growing inside you until the point where you're actually thinking the real thoughts of the character. Sometimes you don't realize it and you go, oh, was that me or the character I was thinking? And it's great because that's what a great actor can do, is really become that character and experience it moment to moment to moment.
Você já trabalhou com muitos atores, já viu muitos atores em cena. Para você, o que é um bom ator, uma boa atriz?
I mean, first of all, to have all the technical requirements of the physicality and the voice and, you know, all the things that all actors from all techniques need to have to be good actors. That's given, okay. After that, the ability to be both strong and vulnerable at the same time. That's what makes a star or a great actor. Is that not just, hey, I'm macho, strong, whatever, or, oh, I'm so sad, I cry all the time, or whatever it is. No, both at the same time. And most act, what? You can't be both. Yes, you can. And when you are, that's when people cannot take their eyes off you. And in fact, if you think about the best action movie actor, I think, in many, many years, it was, to me, Harrison Ford in Indiana Jones. Everybody loved it because here's a guy who's like, yeah, he's macho, yeah, he's good action, he can fight well, the women love him and all that, but he gets scared. It's like, snakes? No, not snakes, no. You know, and if a guy was bigger than him, I was like, oh shit, this guy's gonna beat me up. Oh wait, I got a gun. You know. It's like he could be vulnerable. He's strong, but he's vulnerable. And we loved him for that. Because he's more like us.
O canal se chama Cartas para uma Jovem Atriz. Que conselho, que dica você pode dar para um jovem ator, uma jovem atriz?
Okay, about the business, first of all, they will try to exploit you in various ways. You must have a strength to say, no, I'm not going to have sex with you. No, I'm not going to do this job for no money. No, I'm not going to do something that you didn't tell me I was going to do, like a stunt where I could hurt myself. But to be macho and to be, you know, part of the team, I'm going to go and risk my neck for that and break my head or my leg, which I've seen 100 times. And I've been a victim of, just because, no, I want to be thought of as a real man and a real actor. No, then you get injured. And too often they don't care. So, first of all, number one, have your own integrity. If you agree to do something, you have to do it. But don't agree unless you really think you want to do it. And don't let them pressure you. Just walk away. No, I need that job, I need that job. No, you don't need that job. I don't care what it is. Not if it takes away your own self-esteem and your integrity. You do not need that job. Trust me. What else? Acting advice? First of all, the method is a very emotional technique. We're known for that. But at the same time, don't think everything has to be highly emotional. That's actually a little boring. But I noticed that in Brazil. It's like, yeah, I'm crying, I'm laughing, I'm angry, I'm there all the time. Relax. Think about what real life is. Sometimes you have to be capable of being emotional. So don't think I'm saying no emotion. You have to be capable of being very emotional in every possible way. That's what a lot of the training is for. Yes, but then when you're acting, don't take every excuse to be highly emotional, or we start getting tired. Like, shit, all right, you got a fucked up life, I get it. You know, can you just like be a person a little bit? So that's one piece of advice. I think that's a good one.
Muito obrigada por estar falando com a gente aqui. Eu acho que vai dar uma luz na vida dos atores brasileiros, né? Quem não fez seu curso vai poder ter um gostinho. Obrigada.
Obrigado. Thank you.
Gustavo, estamos aqui no Estúdio Odeon. O que você pode falar desse espaço pra gente?
Então, o Estúdio Odeon foi criado como um espaço multiuso. Então a gente usa aqui para ensaios, registros fotográficos, filmagens e especialmente workshops, que a gente tem tido alguns já aqui. A gente trouxe agora o Robert Castle, que é um super coach internacional, professor de interpretação, então foi uma honra receber ele aqui. E agora a ideia para esse ano de 2019 é a gente diversificar, ter novos cursos, também ter um espaço aberto para quem quiser nos procurar e propor alguma coisa nova que a gente não tenha pensado ainda. A ideia é um espaço de produção de conteúdo, né? Um espaço aberto para realmente pensar, discutir e criar coisas novas. Esse que é o intuito do espaço.
Muito bacana. Então, para os artistas ficarem ligados que tem um lugar bacana aqui no centro para se fazer arte, né?